Afternoon all. I thought I'd have one or two games with, or actually two, with Matthew Dignam. So he's a FIDE rated player. We're going to have two 5-minute games. He mashed me up actually yesterday quite a bit in bullet especially, but I held him on the 5-minute. But let's see how it goes today. By the way, if you're at Chesscube, pop by the King's Crusher Cafe. It's quite lively and chatty. And also, Chess Explained is around now as well as Matthew. So Matthew's also a room moderator as well now. We've got quite a few room moderators. Okay, so D4. I'm going to play D4. Why not? Maybe Trompovsky. Or the Levitsky attack. D5, Bishop G5 is like Levitsky attack. I'm going to give this a go. A quick E4 would be like, Albin Kunt's gambit. Now Bishop F5. So what about C4 here? Is that too dangerous? So it's like I'm forcing a kind of Slav actually. I think we've just transposed into Slav territory. But the bishop on F5 is not kind of guarding B7. So maybe Queen B3 here. It's going to be good. Mind you, my bishop's vulnerable tactically here, but B7 is immediately vulnerable. And D5. And also if knight F6, maybe I can just take and CD, Queen D5. So I don't know, maybe Matthew's blundered here, I'm not sure. Because D5 and B7 are both under fire. If D takes C4, Queen takes B7, and the rook is going to be munched, I hope. So C takes D here, Queen D4, Queen B7. Can I not just play C takes D? Because if takes, then I'm taking on D5. It could be an opening disaster, I'm not sure, but this might be an opening disaster. It does feel a lot different actually playing bullet to 5-minute chess. I feel a lot more like finding more resources obviously, so there's greater precision, and moves have much greater weight, power to them than bullet. Obviously I should be playing more FIDE tournaments I think soon. I really want to play in some FIDE actually, not just online. Or just some over the boards. So yeah, I think I'm relishing playing some over the board now. Yeah, I hope some of you can make it to the Chess World Social tomorrow in London. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm coming up to the big 4-0 as well, unfortunately. But I hope everything's cool with me. Don't worry, I'm not discouraged by any recent trolling. Historically, I think the trolls he might actually be from Chesscube, someone called Elvis the King, who it's rumoured that the arch troll of the internet chess scene, I don't know if you've seen Harry Potter, but he'd be the equivalent of the evil guy in Harry Potter. I don't really want to say his name too explicitly, but his initials are JR. I wonder if you can. Enough said. But anyway, so there were some rumours JR was Elvis the King. So anyway, back to this game. Knight takes D5. I'll be threatening knight C7 and knight B6 actually. How does he deal with that? Say King D7. Then there's still knight B6. Check. So I'm going to play that. There's knight B6 check here. There's bishop G3 here. It looks like a total disaster. Mind you, there's E5. I take. There's bishop B4 check. So is it better to try and improve that with E4? Bishop takes E4. Bishop G3 check E5. Is that an improvement or worse? e4. I don't know actually. There's also g4. And I could just try. If I take bishop b4, I don't like my king there particularly. So what about g4? Then or just f3. What about just f3, giving the king some space? If knight c6, I take. If e5, I play e4. If check, then there's king f2. So I still take on e5 and play bishop g3. So maybe f3. Just trying to get my bishop to f2, get my pieces developed. So I think that's the strongest move, because bishop g3, e5, I don't like the look of bishop b4 check with king d1. It doesn't look as good. I think I'm going to ignore spectators for the moment. So if I play e4 here, or just take. I've always got king f2 and e3 now. So check, king f2. I'm going to take another one. I'm going to end up losing the rook. Hope not. I want to get in this bishop g3, because I'll be on b8 still. So bishop g3 check here. So fg, I'm losing the rook, but bishop g3 check is probably okay to slip in here. There's probably something like rook c8. If I can just take on f8 fg. I'll take on f8 fg e4. That looks good. Winning another pawn. I think I've got to hurry up though. Only a minute. Why don't I want to give back the exchange anyway? I just want to get rid of the counterplay here, I think. So bishop c4 can get double pawns. Okay, I've got to move, get a move on. So I'm 3 pawns up here. That should be enough. And I've got rid of Matthew's bishop pair. So I've got rid of the major dark square threats. And this bishop's beautiful. I've undoubled the pawns, so I don't think it's all that bad. Bishop f2 coming up. Oh, don't tell me I'm losing a key pawn though. Okay, so if I play, I'm losing a key pawn. Oh no, king f2, and nope. King e2. Alright, let's just get a move on without losing too much time. Oh there. Okay, what about plonk bishop on those 30 seconds? I've really got to pre-move this, otherwise I think it's going to be a time loss. So king e2, rook b1, king e2. I'll simplify here. 30 seconds. I've got to get my pawns going. Something like f4, e5. I can get these pawns going with e6. 25 seconds. Okay. Rook d6. 23 seconds. Oh, why didn't I play rook takes b6? Okay, what about e6, f5? So there's bishop d6. I can take on, I can play check. 14 seconds. 12. Ten. Ooh, that's dramatic. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it that dramatic. Oh dear. Bit of time pressure. Let's play another kind of defence. Oh dear, oh dear. Matthews gets very quick, very quickly. Oh dear, oh dear. Blimey. Maybe I shouldn't have sacked the exchange back. I thought, you know, get another pawn, get another pawn, get another pawn. You know, it was looking good. But I don't know. If I take on e5, how is that so bad? This is a sort of neat Alekhine, Yekin defense position, except I don't know, b6 is a bit vulnerable. So bishop g4 here, or b5, cb rook d5. How about b5? If knight b6, I'm in trouble. Rook a6, there might be not c5 yet. How about just e4? Isn't this a bit cheeky, this knight d5? Play e4, I've got this big bishop. And I can play knight d4. So he's losing the battle of the centre, surely. Getting e4, knight d4. That was the weakness of the last move. So knight d4, then I might have b5. Mind you, knight e7 is almost dangerous. King h8, that's mate, but there's king f8. Okay, so maybe b5 might be playable here, just to undermine d5. Also, I want to try and undouble these pawns anyway. Okay, there's knight f6 check coming up. Does it matter? Anything stronger? I can't see anything stronger. Okay. Maybe I just play rook a6 here, or undouble the pawns. Rook a6? Is that any good? Seems more active than this bishop f5. Knight a8, take knight b6. I'm going to lose that c4. Well, I better move here. Knight c4, bishop e6, bishop f5. Alright, let's not think too much. Let's lose the c-pawn. It's a bit of a pain to the side to lose the c-pawn, but I think it's got to be done. I just want to keep Brest on the clock, not get too far behind that the other game. So I've got the striking bishops. So if I take on a2, I'll just play f5 here, or maybe h6. I was knight c5, so get this c file first, then h6 and f5. I just want to get my pieces more centralised then. h6 and f5, drive Matthew's pieces away from the centre, I think. So h6, f5, hope power of my pieces compensates for being material down. It's b5 anyway. Getting a tempo. So that knight on d4 is pretty beautiful. Driving his knights away from the centre, I hope. So something like h5 and f4. Oh, he's got bishop f3 coming up. Rook d6, just doubling in the centre. Or b4. Maybe b4. Just trying to decentralise the knights. Because where would the knight stumble to? Can't go to d5, it will stumble to a4 or e2. e2, is that a problem? I'm not sure. Centralise again. So h5 and f4 is also tempting to go for that one, given Matthew stopped me going for the other one. Okay, so what about g5, then f4, g5, bishop g6, f4. Okay, so that's just about tenable, that f5 at the moment, but I want to play for f4, maybe a kingside attack. Oh, okay, 2 pieces for the rook. I think it's worth that transaction. Is okay. I'll go back to d4, beautiful knight on d4, and g4, bishop h5. No, not g4, it just takes. So I think the first thing is just getting the knight back to d4 here. If I get the knight back to d4. So what does he do about b2 anyway? If I take on b2, rook b1, knight c3. But I really like this bishop. These 2 passed pawns though, also a bit of a concern. So if I take rook b1, knight c3, takes knight a4, I want to just keep like pressure. Actually, there's knight f3 anyway. The centralisation is also immediately beneficial for knight f3. So I'm getting like bishop d5. That's another centralisation. And maybe bishop f3, trying to pick up material. Because rook d3, knight e2. Or just taking on h5. I don't think these pawns are going anywhere for the moment. Oh, as I say, no, they are going somewhere. Okay, knight e2 though. If rook d2, knight e2. If rook e1, still knight e2. If I want to pick up a1, I can. But can I not just go for a mate on h1? Rook d5 takes and mate. Just more cheeky. Just going for a mate. There's rook e1 to e8. It's not that effective. So g4 maybe. And then just going for rook d5, rook h5, rook e8, king f7. Is he spotting the threat of rook h5? Nope. It's a bit of a mating there. Okay, good games. Hope you enjoyed that. Comments or questions on YouTube. Thanks very much.